Curriculum has always been a controversial topic in public schools throughout the United States. Although the United States has always had a diverse population, the curriculum is built around the white male perspective. The curriculum taught to students often do not represent their lives, identities, or experiences. Students discriminated against school curriculum includes immigrants, indigenous students, other culturally minoritized groups, students from families with low socioeconomic status, and race. Students are competent and have valuable knowledge and skills that are developed through their life experiences outside of school, but white Americans' experiences and identities serves as the model for all others. A huge part of curriculum concerns reading. When students read, they want to be able to make connections to the characters in the story. However, a majority of authors on school books are white, and the educators who write reading books for schools are mostly white. Students are assigned books that primarily focus on white main characters. In 2015, Melanie Koss, a literacy professor at Northern Illinois University, did a study which found that 75% of human main characters were white. African Americans were protagonists in 15% of the books, while other cultures combined for less than 6% of lead characters. Many books that were taught in schools for decades have now been removed from the curriculum due to its derogatory language. For example, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee was banned because of its use of language that was very offensive. The book Speak was removed from the curriculum due to its use of inappropriate behavior. Many schools and parents didn't want their children to read about a girl who was raped. Students from ELL backgrounds often feel out of place in a classroom because they don't feel valued. Drawing on their backgrounds, knowledges, and experiences can create a way to bridge these gaps. Ways that teachers can tap into their students' background knowledge is by learning about your students' backgrounds and finding culturally relevant resources to teach content. Students should connect with literature on 3 levels: text to text, text to self, and self to the world. Another way is looking for resources that go beyond the textbook, that will engage students and involve them in the learning process. In doing this, they can find elements that they can connect and learn from, whether it be in different discipline areas such as music and art. Using art is a great way to show cultural traditions and events that happen in different countries. With music, students are able to listen to it, discuss its meaning, and make connections. In recent years, teachers have been adapting culturally responsive teaching to their classroom. Over the years, teachers have undervalued the potential for academic success among students of color, setting low expectations for them and thinking of cultural differences as barriers rather than assets to their learning. Culturally responsive teaching started back in the 90s because scholar Gloria Ladson Billings was tired of the assumption that Black children were deficient and deviant. In this framework, students would be addressed by their achievements, and it would help students accept and affirm their cultural identity. Some characteristics of culturally responsive teaching include a strong knowledge base about cultural diversity, meaning that teachers need to become more knowledgeable about their students' cultural values and traditions. That way, they can incorporate it into their instruction. Another characteristic includes culturally relevant curricula, which contains many perspectives representing a wide variety of diversity, including race, class, ethnicity, and gender. Lastly, the use of multicultural instructional examples, where teachers have students connect their prior knowledge and experiences with their new knowledge that they learned.